Hey, this is Ralph. We have multiple properties with Airbnb and multiple issues. And the redundancy of me saying the same thing at the start of each of these videos, I think, will become obvious. That the point is we have a lot of issues with Airbnb. Or I should say, a lot of issues with some guests, and Airbnb always takes the guest's side. So we rented the property for a long weekend to a couple of guys. I get a phone call from my wife on the day of their checkout to say, hey, can you get over here because they've got their vehicle stuck down by the river. I, of course, said, how on earth did they get a vehicle down by the river? There's a walking trail that goes down to the river, but it's way too steep and unsuitable for a vehicle. Which is blatantly obvious. I get there to find not only is there a Ford Expedition stuck down by the river, but there's also a tow truck stuck down by the river. The tow truck decides to reverse down as far as it can in order to cable this vehicle back up, and the tow truck, of course, gets stuck. So I have to go home, fetch my excavator, pull the tow truck out, go back down again, grab the Expedition, pull the Expedition out. Tow truck driver drives away. Guest says thank you and drives away. I then start to notice all of the things that the tow truck driver has connected to in his attempt to winch himself out, including fence posts and trees and all kinds of things torn out of the ground and destroyed. Plus the big ruts, of course, in the road, etc. So I call Airbnb and say, hey guys, property damage, need to put in a claim. And they said that since it wasn't the guest that did it, there in fact is no claim that can be supported by Airbnb. I have no idea who the truck driver was, and no idea who the company was. I wasn't paying attention. Because I was at that moment focused on getting him out of the way so I could get the guest car out of the way because another guest was due to check in a little bit later in the same day. So property damage protection by Airbnb does not support that kind of damage. In earlier videos, it did not support destroying of furniture. And in other examples we have, it also doesn't support destruction of fly screens, windows, doors. We've had to put in 5 different claims at different points. Every single one of them has been rejected. Just one more example of the dark side of Airbnb.